So today we're going to be talking about something that is very concerning, extremely concerning, actually. And I've seen many different takes on this. I've seen many different angles on this, and many of them are true. But I haven't seen the angle that I'm about to take in this video. I haven't seen people break it down in a way that I'm about to in this video, right? So, as we know, as some of you probably know, a lot of men, a lot of men are addicted to pornography. A lot of men. Doesn't matter if we're talking about younger men, doesn't matter if we're talking about middle-aged men, older men, hell, teenage boys are addicted to pornography. It's the unfortunate truth that we have to acknowledge. But I haven't heard anybody talk about why. Why exactly is that happening? The actual truth of why, not these scientific answers and all of this stuff. I haven't heard the actual truth, right? And I believe I have the truth on why so many men are addicted to pornography. I think I have the truth on why so many teenagers are addicted to pornography. But before we get to that, let's acknowledge what some of us should already know. Listen, watching pornography every single day, listen, it's gonna do you harm. It's gonna do you some mental harm. It's gonna do you some extremely mental harm that you're gonna need that is probably gonna take years to reverse, right? If you're watching it every day, getting one off in the morning, getting one off at work, right? Getting one off in the bathroom, getting one off anytime you feel stressed out or anytime you feel bogged down with stuff, anytime you feeling overwhelmed, bro, listen, you're giving your brain a dopamine hit, and not the healthy kind of dopamine. This is equivalent to you taking drugs, which pornography is a drug to a certain extent, right? Every time you're watching it for hours on end, you're giving your brain a dopamine hit. It's the same as shooting up some drugs in your veins. It is the same as taking a sniff of that white stuff. It is the same as taking that puff puff pass. It is the same thing. And quite frankly, I'm not even saying that pornography is all the way around bad. And that I'll make a whole separate video on that. You can say you're wrong and all that stuff, but I think pornography has its place, right? I think just like anything, sugar, when it comes to fast food, when it comes to a bag of chips, when it comes to popcorn, whatever. Listen, anything in moderation is the best way to go. But a lot of guys today, they're not doing it in moderation. Hell, they're not even doing it. They're not even looking at it just for the sake of, trying to learn how to do something. They're looking at it strictly to get one off, and that is bad. That is bad. But let me get to the reason why I think that so many men are addicted to pornography, right? I think so many men are addicted to pornography is because of an answer that many of us are already aware of right now. And you want to know that answer? A lot of men aren't getting any ass. Point blank, period. A lot of men aren't getting it. A lot of men aren't getting anything. A lot of men are not getting nothing. We're talking about all men. We're talking about single men. We're talking about teenage boys. We're talking about older men. We're talking about married men. A lot of men are not getting nothing. That's what they're failing to say. That's what they're failing to understand. That's the disconnect. That is the angle that I haven't seen anybody take. Listen, once upon a time, I was watching porn at the same rate that I just said. I was watching porn every day. Every time I got home from school, I was trying to get one off. Right? I was trying to get one off. It wasn't until I started getting pussy. I lie to you guys not. It wasn't until I started getting pussy that I slowed down on the porn. That was it. So if we're trying to solve this issue of all of these men, young men, older men, middle-aged men, if we're trying to solve the issue of this pornography epidemic, then we have to acknowledge the real answer and the real truth of the matter. And the real truth of the matter is there's a lot of men who just not getting to play. They're not getting to play. And why aren't they getting to play? Well, it's because the whole dating dynamic has changed. That's why we've seen an uptick in pornography use among all men. That is why. Because men are not getting any. It is hard for men to get some. Women can just walk outside and just walk. That's all she has to do. She can be fat, she can be middle aged, she can small titties, big booty. It doesn't matter. A woman can just walk outside and there's a man. There's some man who is willing to smash that woman, no matter what she looks like. There's some starving ninja. There's some starving man out there who's willing to smash whatever's walking by. That's just the truth of the matter. Men don't have that luxury. We have to put in work to get some ass. We have to put in work to get women. We have to put in work to get sex. Hell, even when we're married, men still have to put in work. You still got to take your woman out to dinners. You still gotta show your feathers, in the marriage, right? You still gotta be attractive, in your marriage. You still gotta put in that work. You still got to get her flowers. You still got to wow her. You still got to flirt with her. You still got to do all these different things as if that you're single, right? That just like you're looking for a regular relationship. You still got to do those things within that marriage. And quite frankly, when you talk about kids, when you talk about working, when you talk about 50-50, when you talk about all these different scenarios, and the man has to work to provide in all these different scenarios, listen, there's not enough time in the day to get all of those things done. So what does that leave? Listen, women's sex drives die during marriages. Their sex drives die out. They don't they listen. It's the truth of the matter. They don't get that same wetness. They don't have that same tightness. She don't look the same anymore. She don't, the titties don't sit up anymore. She's not getting you up as that young girl on your screen does. That's just the fact of the matter. Can we talk about the facts? Can I tell y'all about the facts? Come on, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Nobody's acknowledged the root of the issue, right? And why are so many teenage boys, getting addicted to porn? Well, that's because the younger girls, they're going with the older guys. That's why. The younger girls are already telling. Listen, at 16, 17, the younger girls are already establishing which men they want. They're already establishing what kind of men they want. They're already letting these guys know that they want the YouTuber. They want Duke Dennis, right? They want Mr. Beast, right? They want the famous guy. They want the guy with the status, especially the younger crowd, the younger Gen Z, right? Gen Alpha, they're definitely more status oriented. They're definitely more social media oriented. And if you don't have that social media status, if you don't have that status, if you're not on YouTube, if you're not on Snapchat, if you're not big on Instagram, guess what? You're a nobody. So young men have to digest this. They have to digest the fact that they're nobody. They have to digest the fact that these girls want these kind of men. So guess where that leave them? They still horny. They still got a sack full of, cum. No homo, no diddy. They still got a sack full. So how else do you alleviate that sack? Well, you got to get it off somehow, right? Men are visual creatures. We like to look at pretty titties. We like to look at pretty feet, pretty lips, and pretty legs and all of that stuff. So guess what? We got to do what it do. And for all you guys talking about, you got to desexualize your brain and all this, man, listen, that works. That works when you can actually get some. See, I'm tired of these guys talking about some desexualize your brain and this, that, and the third. Listen, that only works in a short term if you're a true actual man and you have a high testosterone. That only works in a short term, and quite frankly, that only works for guys who have been there, done that. Like somebody like me, it'll be easy. It'll be easy for me to quote unquote desexualize my brain, or no fap, or semen retention and all this kind of stuff. Like even for me, I mean, it'll just be for the short term. I can't go that long without busting. And it's not because of a discipline issue. It's because of I work hard and produce. So with that kind of stress load, I need to release. That is normal. That is natural. It is natural. It is natural for a young teen to want to release, to need to release. It is natural for a man, a young productive man, to want to release and to need to release. It is a natural part of that process. But the truth is, now we used to get married young. We used to get into relationships young. This stuff, it used to not be a problem. Why? It used to be not be a problem. One, because we didn't have social media. We didn't have all these different outlets. We didn't have all these different ways to look at men and women, right? We didn't have all these different avenues, so you had no choice but to go outside and talk to women. You had no choice but to go outside and let men talk to you, right? But now, mm-mm, it's not like that anymore. It's not like that anymore, and quite frankly, people are getting more and more antisocial. People are getting more and more antisocial, especially the younger generation. They don't like to talk, right? They don't like to talk. They talk through social media, right? They talk through social media. They talk through DMs, right? They talk through Snapchats. That's how they talk, right? And it's just, bro, a lot of men are just not getting the women that they want. A lot of men are not getting play. Like, a lot of people think men are out here getting play, bro. There's only a certain percentage of men who are out here getting play. You think they're watching porn? You think they're watching pornography? No. Those guys, the guys who are getting play are not watching pornography, because guess what? They can open up their phone, right? And got DM after DM after DM, chick after chick after chick, right? They have their life together. They're either they either one or a few things or a combination of things. They got their life together, right? They're making a substantial amount of money. They have their status together. They have their Instagram and Snapchat and all that stuff together. They got that stuff together. They got the height together. They got the body together, or a combination of all a few of those things together, whichever one, right? They have a combination of those things. And the truth of the matter is, a lot of guys don't have those things together. So where does that leave them? Where does that leave them? And I'm not saying that that it's just healthy for them just to be coped up in a room, jacking the wiggle, right? Or jacking the pickle. No, no diddy. I'm not saying that that's healthy, and I'm not saying that that part is normal. But we have to discuss the root of the problem. A lot of men are not productive. A lot of men are not doing what it takes. A lot of men are, quite frankly, not that guy. They aren't. So because they're not that guy, they're not attracting these chicks so they can smash, right? And there's different ways, you can go about this. You can go about it, the relationship route. You can go about it the hooking up route. You can go about it the dating app route. You can go about it the paid route, right? There's ways to alleviate, but pornography is not the answer. It's not the answer, because that's just gonna put yourself deeper into a hole, right? Now your mind, the way that your mind is going to be designed, you're going to think that you don't have to go outside and talk to women, right? Why go outside and talk to women when I can look up the exact women that I want and jack the pickle to that? No pause, no diddy, right? But with the same with that same phone, you can be productive. With that same phone, you can get out here and make some money. With that same phone, you can pay for exactly what you're looking up. And when I say pay for, y'all already know what I'm talking about. Listen, you can scroll through exactly what you want. You can pick what color eyes, you can pick what type of hair, you can pick what ethnicity, you can pick what size she is. Is she fit, slim, curvy? Yeah, I know where I'm getting at. But then again, you got to have money to get with these top tier women, right? But instead, men are searching online. They're going on P Hub to look for those exact top tier women that other guys are either getting it because they are that guy, or they paying for it. Whichever one, it don't matter. And that's my take on it. That's my angle on it. A lot of guys not out here being producers. So since they're not producers, they're not getting out here and getting the woman that they want, because they're not that guy. They're not the guy driving around the nice car. They're not the guy dressing nice. They're not the guy who got, the face card. They're not the guy who got the body together, right? They're not that guy. They're not. So a coping mechanism is, because I'm not that guy, because I'm not working hard, because I'm not producing, because I can't get no girls, right? Because I'm not producing, because I'm not getting out here, right? I'm gonna go inside my little apartment. I'm gonna go inside my room. I'm gonna go inside here, go inside the bathroom, and just jack the pickle, right? Not knowing that that messes up your brain, man. That messes up your brain and puts you deeper in the hole. But like I said, I've been there. I've been there, done that. And the only way that I got out of there, is because I started smashing chicks. And I started smashing chicks. I lost my virginity around 14, 15 years old, right? And even still during that time period, I still watch porn a little bit, right? I still watch a little pornography a little bit, but it damn near diminished it because now I didn't have to. I didn't have to. Now instead of opening up my phone, I can like, well, I'll just wait. I'll just wait. I already got some set up with this shorty on this side of town. I'm gonna see her Friday, so I'm gonna just save that. I'm gonna save that nut for Friday, right? Or I had multiple set up. I had multiple situations set up. So I had one on. I'm gonna save my nut the whole week, so I'm not watching no porn or nothing. I used to do that. I used to be like, I'm not watching no watching some porn for what? I got a chick set up Friday, and I got a chick set up Saturday, and I got a chick set up the next week. Oh yeah, I'm in there. Oh yeah, I'm in there, right? And that's what I used to do. But guys, I mean, that's the answer. That's the answer. To get out of that addiction to porn, you have to get out here and smash some chicks. See, a lot of guys won't tell you this. A lot of guys don't want to say that, but it is the answer. It actually is the answer. How else do you alleviate it? For you guys who talking about some desexualize your brain and no fap and man, bro, a lot of that stuff it's myths. It's myths. And I'm not saying it doesn't have its place, but bro, it doesn't for guys who really out here, that shit don't work. Somebody like me, I gotta put a hole in something. I gotta put a hole in something. Like I'm out here working. I'm out here working, lifting heavy stuff, working out, making videos, trying to make more money and all this stuff. Oh, I need a release. I need a big old release. Yeah, I can go about 2 weeks. 2 weeks. And boom, I'm busting holes in something. Boom. I have to. That's my stress reliever, right? And then it's motivation as well to keep going the next few weeks. Then boom, reward yourself. See, y'all are rewarding. See, the problem is a lot of guys are rewarding themselves when they haven't done anything. Ooh, that plays a big negative toll on your brain. And now your brain is expecting. See, this is why you can't get out here and produce. You can't get out here and get women because you done programmed your brain to be rewarded for nothing. So that's why you sit at home all day, play video games. That's why you sit at home all day and do nothing. This is why you sit at home all day and just jack your shit, right? Because you've already programmed your brain to be rewarded for nothing. So what do? You continue to reward yourself and your brain for doing nothing, right? Tell me, comment down below if you've heard this angle before. Have y'all heard this angle? Because a lot of guys they'll get out here they just talk about the problem. They just talk about, oh well, it plays this part in your brain. This is what it does to your brain, and this is what happens when you're addicted to porn, and porn is so bad and blah 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 blah. But they don't talk about the root issue of the problem. They don't talk about the failing relationship dynamics. They don't talk about the failing dating dynamics. They don't talk about the changing landscape in a relationship and dating dynamic. They don't talk about that men are faced with a brand new issue that we have to get over now. They don't talk about these issues. They don't talk about it. They don't tell you that, hey, maybe you need to, it'd probably be better if, when you get paid and you done did a nice week's worth of work or a nice 2 weeks worth of work, that maybe you need to go just, slide some money here and, get that nut off rather than watching porn, right? And I mean, it's unconventional, right? And it may go against what some of you believe, but listen, I'm giving you the truth. I'm giving you the truth. Maybe some of y'all need to do that. Maybe some of y'all need to do that. Some of y'all actually just need to get out here and work. Some of you y'all just have a addictive personality. See me, I don't have a addictive personality. Some people struggle with addictive personalities. It is easy for them to get addicted to anything. Some people get addicted to relationships. Some people get addicted to sugar. Some people get addicted to pornography. Some people get addicted to a lot of different things, and it's hard for them to get off of it. But somebody like me, I never struggled with addiction per se. When it was time for me to quit smoking marijuana, when it was time for me to go to the military, I dropped that shit like that. I had something to do. The military was bigger than me than just, oh, yeah, I don't think I can stop smoking. Yeah, I can stop smoking to get my life together. Everybody, and there's something that I have to acknowledge too. Everybody don't have the same strengths. Everybody's not blessed with the same strengths. Everybody's not strong mentally. Everybody's not strong emotionally, which I understand. but this is why the after pill exists. I'm trying to get you guys right. Trying to get you guys right. But yeah, man, that's why so many guys are addicted to pornography. They're not getting out here and producing. They're not getting ass, they're not getting play, right? So they have no choice. A lot of guys have no choice, and it's natural to want to release. For you guys who saying that, oh, you just need to be disciplined and all that stuff, bro, discipline only goes so far before you have to exercise your natural God given, like, just listen. You have to. It's natural to release. It's natural to want to reproduce, especially as a young man. You want to get that nut off. So it is all natural. It is all natural. So when men are not exercising their natural abilities, then guess what? They go look for it. They go look for it in other places, which that's where pornography falls in at. So like I said with myself, once I started actually getting ass, once I started actually poking holes and stuff, that's when that pornography started to diminish. That's when I stopped. That's when I stopped looking at pornography so much. Right? I stopped looking at it so much because now women were in my face now. Now I was getting some play. Now I was getting girls. So instead of looking on pornography, I was going through these text messages to see who I was going to set up, right? See what girl wanted to smash, right? I was getting numbers, right? And that's that. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section. Am I right? Am I wrong? You know, give me all your thoughts, bad, the good, the ugly, whatever. Comment down below, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.